And it's been a minute since you slid through.
Man, uh I've been doing a lot of things, which includes being tired. I did a YouTube video for a YouTuber. Like I wasn't the star of it or anything like that, but I just came to support and I was in the background. And then after that I did a television show to promote my latest single, It's the One. And then after that, I went to a concert, and then a couple of days later, I went to a movie premiere.
Mm.
And I'm doing some things on the internet as well. So, and I took a couple photos, so I got a couple new photos I'm gonna be posting on Instagram too. So, yeah, I've been doing a mouthful, and while I was doing it, I ended up getting into my storage unit because I couldn't find my shoes. And long story short, where I thought my shoes were, there was a box, and inside of the box was a picture of me wearing the shoes that I was looking for.
That is hilarious. I wonder who else
Yeah, so
that's actually funny. Um,
yeah,
well, did you ever find the shoes?
nope,
Oh, well,
yeah, yeah. I
that's
found a whole bunch of other stuff I've been looking for the past few years, though.
well. I mean,
I found some that includes some music that I recorded a long time ago and some files to my music,
oh, that's great.
photos that I thought were lost, or no, music I thought was lost. Some old photos which I actually don't have any copies of. I never got the negatives. It was from a photo shoot from a very, very long time ago. Standard photo shoot, so they were on film, but I never got the negatives. But I found a lot of stuff, for my music career. If you had gone through, you'd have been like, "Ooh, who is this person?" Because I seem way cooler than I am,
You
according to
seemed
my
way
stuff.
cooler. That's funny.
Yeah,
I will say, like, you are pretty cool. I follow you on the Instagrams, and I see that you definitely you are the epitome of what an independent artist should be. You really put yourself out there. You interact with the fans. You you constantly update and share things and engage and like even just right now, just telling us about your storage unit. Who's talking about their storage unit? And finding the shoes. Like, I mean, these are things that are going on in your life, and you take the time to share it with your audience. So, like, that's it's pretty cool to me.
yeah. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment.
No, for sure, for sure. So let's get into your reasoning for being here right now, because, like, I know a little bit about it, but I want to hear it from your mouth directly.
Okay, okay. So, for everyone far and near, my Kickstarter campaign is here. So, I'm a recording artist. I've been a singer, artist, pianist, and performer, which includes dancing and acting, my whole life. And I don't have an album. I don't want to get into why, but I'll tell you a more comical. The last time I tried to record an album, my audio engineer, me and him broke up. Not We weren't in a romantic relationship. We had worked together for so long, and as soon as I tried to record my album with him, he started tripping. So that was the last time,
Mm.
and that was about 4 or 5 years ago by now, and I can't hold it back any longer. Like I need to record an album. Like, I'm music, you know, and it's like I don't have an album. Everybody knows me as, oh, she sings. And then it's like sometimes like I might have a fan or something, but people around just don't get it because like I don't have an album. Like,
Mm.
oh, well, what album? I don't have one. It's kind of embarrassing, but music is my life. It flows through me. It flows through my body, my voice, my fingers when I play the piano, and even my movement. I have to do it. Music's always in my head, even when I'm sleeping, and I really need to record an album. But, when I started recording, there was a standard price, you know, and that standard price still exists, just not where I live. So, um, I want to, as you know, I sing and play the piano, and I need to record at a studio that has a piano. Like I can't just record anywhere because I sing and play piano. So I want to record my album, and I have started a Kickstarter campaign. So I'm currently accepting pledges. So as a reminder for those who don't know, um, a pledge means that you promise to donate. So if you put in a pledge, you don't have to you're not paying today. You're just pledging that in June you will, you know what I'm saying? You will pay it. So you can donate anything from $1 to several thousands of dollars. You know what I mean? So and they also have tiers on Kickstarter, where the first tier is $25, and you'll get an early cut of the album sent to you before its release date. The second one is basically the same thing, only you get behind the scenes, a few behind the scenes pictures and updates, from periodically about my experience at the studio, pictures but the third tier is more expensive, and you get to watch live streams of me in the studio, like exclusive live streams, not just a live stream I'll put on YouTube, but exclusive live streams. And then we also have a tier for people who are interested in investing, like they're just investing from the heart. So if you want to be an executive producer or be credited in the album in some type of a way, or collab in some type of way, that's a more expensive tier, and your name will be on the album as an executive producer and all of that, and you'll get updates from me, like personal phone calls. And also I have lots of merchandise. I have an exclusive tier with vintage merchandise, and the reason that's limited is because I only have so much of my vintage merchandise. And just like, it's vintage. Okay. So, but yeah, so even with the more expensive tiers, it's more of an investment, So yeah.
That is a lot, and I'm so excited for you to release the album, because I know I've been doing this for a while, and I haven't released the album either. Like, I over the my birthday in October last year, I released an EP of the album that I was putting together 20 years ago. I was
Mm-hmm.
in the process of putting together an album, and then I flipped a semi truck in Utica, New York, and almost died. So that kind of put a halt to my album. But like, I was in the process. We
Oh.
were we were, we were actually like putting it together. My man Rick Young out in Talent Live Studios in Canton, Michigan. He was doing all the production for it, and I had a couple other producers on it. MC Bree was the only featured artist on the record, and like,
Mm-hmm.
it just, everything just after that, I moved out of the state. I moved out of Michigan. I moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I just wasn't able to fund my album anymore. Like, I recorded the song, I spent like $900 on the song, and nobody will ever hear it because it's just terrible in my personal opinion. So like, I mean, that's the type of like money I was investing into the project, and I just couldn't do it anymore. Like, and that's why I went on an indefinite hiatus. And ever since then, I've just been recording like tracks, to how I can do it. Like, I work with long term producers that just give me some beats, or I'll pay for some beats, or we do back end splits, or but for the most part, everything else is just in the house recordings that I've been working on. And like, I got a couple EPs filled with those type of songs that I was working on from then until actually right now, and I just haven't had the I guess you could say the monetary means to release them. I started a family, I got married, I got divorced, I traveled out of the state, moved out of the state, moved back into the state, moved to a different state, bought a house recently. You know what I mean? So like, I just haven't had the
Mm-hmm.
monetary means to put out and release music like how I was doing it. But everything happens for a reason, and it happens in my favor as well. So I'm just getting back to the place where I can release